Broadcasting live from the Albay Pio News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is 12 o'clock Newsbreak. In the local scene, 27 local government units, LGUs in Bicol region, were hailed as among the country's most child-friendly places, based on the results of the 2022 Child-Friendly Local Governance Audit, CFLGA, released by the Department of Interior and Local Government in Bicol on Monday. Of the 27 LGUs, 9 are in the province of Sorsogon, which includes Sorsogon City, the towns of Huban, Pilar, Barcelona, Castilla, Bulusan, Magallanes, Casiguran, and Irusin. 8 belongs to Albay, including the cities of Legazpi, Ligao, and Tabaco, and the towns of Pulangi, Libon, and Santo Domingo, Malilipot, and Daraga. 5 LGUs are in Camarines Sur, the cities of Iriga and Naga, and the towns of Magarao, Tinambak, and Milaor. 4 in Masbate, including Masbate City, and the towns of Pio V. Corpus, Esperanza, and Milagros, and San Vicente, Camarines Norte. Sorsogon City got the highest passing rate in the region, with 97%, followed by the municipality of Pio V. Corpus in Masbate with 95.43%, Masbate City 94.13%, Huban Town in Sorsogon 94%, and Pulangi 93.95%. All CFLGA passers are eligible for the sale of child-friendly local governance, SCFLG, given by the Council for the Welfare of Children, CWC Board. In another story, the Department of Social Welfare and Development in Bicol DSWD-5 has distributed nearly 154 million pesos in cash assistance to more than 10,500 families affected by various disasters that hit the region this year. Claudio Villarreal Jr., the SWD Bicol Disaster Response and Management Division Officer in charge, said the cash assistance provided under the Emergency Cash Transfer ECT program serves as early recovery support for immediate disaster relief and humanitarian response. In Albay, the Mayon Eruption Response Operation disbursed 136.7 million pesos of emergency cash transfer to 5,672 internally displaced families in the affected local government units of Camalig, Daraga, Ginubatan, Ligao City, Tabaco City, Malilipot, and Santo Domingo. In October last year, the 3 provinces were also devastated by severe tropical storm Paeng, which caused 23 major damage to property, means of livelihood, roads, and lives of people in the affected areas. As a result, the government declared a state of calamity in the affected provinces. The agency disbursed 16.8 million pesos to identified 4,885 affected families in the 3 provinces. Emergency cash transfer cash assistance is given to families in areas declared under the state of calamity. In another news, Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources BFAR Bicol said on Wednesday that some 80,000 kilograms of tilapia worth 3 million pesos were lost in a fish kill that hit Lake Buhi in Camarines Sur after continuous heavy rains pummeled the area for several days. Rowena Brisa Briones, BFAR-5 spokesperson, said the fish kill in the area was caused by low dissolved oxygen levels. Fish cages in the village of Iraya, Tambo, and Ipil in Buhi town, Camarines Sur, were affected. Briones said the water quality test conducted by the Regional Fish Health Laboratory indicated that the lake's dissolved oxygen was notably low to the normal level for dissolved oxygen that should not be less than 5 ppm. The BFAR-5 advised the public to ensure the freshness and cleanliness of tilapia before consumption and advised fish cage operators to conduct emergency harvest to save unaffected stocks. In the national scene, Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board (LTFRB) on Wednesday said that the transport strike has limited effect on public transportation based on the number of Libreng Sakay rescue vehicles deployed in the national capital region. Citing data from the first 2 days of the strike, LTFRB spokesperson Celine Pialago said around 50 government assets were deployed daily since Monday, fewer than the 66 vehicles deployed during the previous transport strike in October. Latest data from the MMDA show that a total of 83 rescue vehicles were deployed on Wednesday and benefited 1,547 passengers. While an agreement between the LTFRB and Piston has not been finalized, she said the group has agreed to end the transport strike on Wednesday morning and will instead continue their protest through a march towards Malacanang. Pialago assured protesters that several of their demands have been agreed upon by the LTFRB, such as waiving penalties, extending franchise validity for up to 5 years, and other changes to the omnibus franchising guidelines. However, Pialago said the deadline for consolidation or submitting a letter of intent remains on December 31st and is non-negotiable. In another story, Transportation Secretary Jane Bautista said on Wednesday that the private sector's support will play a pivotal role in speeding up the completion of vital transport infrastructure projects. Bautista said the DOTR has resorted to seeking private sector support due to the agency's limited fiscal space. He said that the multi-sectoral projects are aimed toward providing a better travel experience for commuters. He cited several big-ticket transportation projects, which he said would shake the status quo in the transport sector. Among the projects include the privatization of Ninoy Aquino International Airport, NAIA, the new Manila International Airport in Bulacan, NMIA, and the modernization of several airports in Bukidnon, Catbalogan, Dumaguete, Tacloban, Calibo, Caticlan, Laguindingan, Siargao, Zamboanga, Masbate, and Cotabato. The ongoing construction of the North-South Commuter Railway, the Metro Manila Subway, and the Metro Trail or Metro Rail Transit Line 7 is also poised to improve mobility and connectivity. Road transport is also given priority with the modernization of public utility vehicles, the EDSA busway, the establishment of bicycle lanes nationwide, and the EDSA Greenway project. In another news, the House of Representatives on Wednesday approved on third and final reading a measure that would promote safe nuclear energy use with the creation of the Philippine Atomic Energy Regulatory Authority, PhilATOM. During the plenary session, a total of 200 lawmakers voted to approve House Bill 9293, or the proposed Philippine National Nuclear Energy Safety Act, which provides for a comprehensive legal framework for nuclear safety, security, and safeguards in the peaceful utilization of nuclear energy in the country. 7 lawmakers voted against the measure, while 2 abstained. The Speaker, Martin Romualdez, said the Philippine Atomic Energy Regulatory Authority shall have the sole and exclusive jurisdiction to exercise regulatory control for the peaceful, safe, and secure uses of nuclear energy and radiation sources in the Philippines. A special committee on nuclear energy chairperson and Pangasinan Representative Mark Cuanco, a sponsor of the measure, stressed the need for the establishment of an independent regulatory body so that regulatory judgment can be made and enforcement actions would be taken without pressure from the interests that might conflict with safety. Cuanco said the proposed law would help facilitate the country's economic development, as well as the proper utilization of nuclear energy, resulting in cost-effective, dependable, and clean electricity. And in the news outside the country, the Israeli government and the Palestinian group Hamas agreed to a prisoner exchange deal early Wednesday. After almost 6 hours of debate, a deal was approved by the Israeli cabinet, where 50 hostages consisting of children and women held by Hamas in Gaza would be released in exchange for a 4-day ceasefire. The pause in the battlefield would extend an extra day for every 10 additional hostages released by Hamas. During the cabinet meeting, the ministers were informed that the first group of captives would be released Thursday. The government said this is the plan for the first phase, to return the captives to their homes. It said the war will continue until all of the goals are achieved, returning all Israeli hostages and the elimination of Hamas. Hebrew Channel 12 said earlier that as part of the agreement, 150 Palestinian prisoners will be released and 300 trucks of humanitarian supplies, including fuel, will enter daily. Hamas announced reaching a humanitarian de-escalation for 4 days with Israel after difficult and complex negotiations for long days, with diligent and appreciated Qatari and Egyptians' effort. The agreement includes the release of 50 women and children of the occupation detainees under the age of 19 years in exchange for the release of 150 women and children from the occupation prisons under the age of 19 years. In another story, Health Ministry in the blockaded enclave said Tuesday that Palestinian death toll from Israeli attacks on the Gaza Strip has soared to 14,128. According to the ministry, the victims include over 5,840 children and 3,920 women. Israel has launched relentless air and ground attacks in the Gaza Strip following a cross-border attack by Hamas on October 7. Thousands of buildings, including hospitals, mosques, and churches, have been damaged or destroyed in the Israeli offensive. An Israeli blockade has also cut Gaza off from fuel, electricity, and water supplies and reduced aid deliveries to a small trickle. The Israeli death toll, however, meanwhile, is about 1,200 according to official figures. And finally, in the news outside the country, Russia has developed a new YARS intercontinental ballistic missile at the Kozelsk based in the Kaluga region southwest of Moscow. Russia has described the YARS missile, developed in the 2000s and capable of carrying multiple thermonuclear warheads, as one of its newest weapons capable of piercing the missile shield used by the United States and its allies. The Kozelsk regiment, where the new missile was loaded into a silo, was the first one in Russia's strategic missile forces to start upgrading to silo-based YARS missiles. The missiles were initially deployed at other regiments in a mobile version. And that's all for the 12 o'clock news break, November 23, 2023. We'll be right back tomorrow for more news updates. And thanks to our 12 o'clock news writer, Joy Duque, and on the technical side, Todd Bobbis. And of course, to our Provincial Information Officer, Attorney Mary Luduca Castillo. And under the supervision of our Governor, Attorney Ansel Greg Slagman, I am Greg HALLARE. Thank you for subscribing.